Well, hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Thoughtful Childbirth webinar. It's the August one, although it's the 31st of July. Breastfeeding week starts tomorrow, so we decided to get in ahead of the game and talk about breastfeeding this evening. Okay, so we're really going to be looking at how to breastfeed with confidence, because that is every mum's ultimate aim, that she wants to be able to be confident with her breastfeeding. She doesn't want to be scared, intimidated, unsuccessful. We want to step out and look at breastfeeding with confidence. Okay, so for those of you who might not know me, I'm Lynn Bluff. My background's the nursing sister and a midwife, an internationally certified childbirth educator, editor of the Expectant Mother's Guide. But really what is important to know about me, that I'm passionate about informed choices, evidence-based birth, knowing your options. My personal history on breastfeeding is that I breastfed through many trials and problems, but I was absolutely determined that I was going to breastfeed. There was no option, there was no second choice. I was going to breastfeed. And so I guess looking back, it taught me an enormous amount because it didn't come easy. Went through all sorts of trials and errors, but actually I can confidently say that I would do it all over again. I would not waver. I really hope that this evening I can pass on my passion, how to actually get away from some of the pitfalls. I'm a nursing sister. When I had my baby, I had helped hundreds of mothers breastfeed. You think you know it all, but oh my word, you find that you really don't. And so hopefully we can set you all on the best path to your journey on breastfeeding. It's really nice to welcome Tammy and Co back behind the scenes. I'm really so glad she is back. She's been on maternity leave, and it really is nice to have someone in the background, someone who can get the forms filled out, somebody who can create the certificates, somebody who can do all the reminders. So it really is nice. So welcome back, Tam. The Zoom etiquette for this evening, the microphones are muted. Please, if you've got any questions to ask, use the chat box. I won't necessarily stop and look at the questions and answer them at that particular moment, but I promise you before we actually sign off this evening, I will do my best to answer everybody's questions. There will also be a feedback form later that if you fill that in, that will put you into the draw for the giveaways at the end of the meeting, as well as to receive a certificate of attendance. In case you don't know, it's at Baby Talk. We have a wide range of information to actually offer you to make your pregnancy and breastfeeding journey a lot easier. And really looking at the evidence, being given the correct information. That is what we're all about here. So we have got the Thoughtful Childbirth webinars, Expectant Mother's Guide, the website, the Expectant Mother's Guide Journey app, the To Mommy newsletter. And so if we look at the Expectant Mother's Guide and the Expectant Father's Guide, it's a digital little magazine that you can find on expectantmothersguide.coza. It really has got some very interesting articles in, a lot about breastfeeding, helping you get it right. So please go look at the website. You can read it online. You can download it for free, both from Google Play and the App Store. Okay, there's also the Expectant Mother's Guide Journey app that you can access, the Mother's Guide, Father's Guide, and a whole lot of other information as well as having access to previous webinars that we have done. So that's also free to download. Go check it out. Our To Mommy newsletter is a collated digital newsletter that is sent out on a monthly basis. And really, that is just helping you navigate the information on the internet. And we direct you to really evidence-based websites so that you get the latest and the greatest information. We also offer consults on birthing options and informed choices, birth debriefings, and birth trauma. So they're available. As you know, we do the free monthly webinars on thoughtful childbirth. This is just reminding you there will be a feedback form and you'll get a certificate of attendance for the mums and dads to say that you can now feel confident about your breastfeeding journey. For the healthcare professionals, they will get their CPD points. Thanks to our sponsors who tonight are Carrywell, Keela Preg, and Schlein Alexa. Our September webinar is taking breastfeeding one step further and looking at breastfeeding issues. So we won't be looking at any breastfeeding issues tonight. We'll be looking just at breastfeeding. And next month, we will be looking at breastfeeding issues, things like engorgement, mastitis, cracked nipples, things like that, so that if you have any hiccups along the way, you know about it and you know how to sort out the problems. Our October webinar is how to look after a sick child. Our November one is on prematurity and what it entails. Okay, our rough program for the evening, we will be running until 9 p.m. this evening. We'll be having a look at why breastfeed, how to breastfeed, how breastfeeding works, how my body works to breastfeed, how to get started, how to continue, and the fact that it is all definitely worth it. Okay? No matter how easy or how hard it is definitely worth it. We will stop for a refreshment break around about 8-ish, just before, just after, and there will be a time at the end for questions. So hang in there and we will definitely get your questions answered. Breast milk. Some say it's nature's liquid gold, a gift more precious than anything sold. Some say it forms a bond like no other, of connection and trust between baby and mother. Some say the milk babies get from their mamas is a superfood you can make in your pajamas. Some say it's unique and cannot be matched, its secrets imparted when baby is latched. Some say from Hera's breast the spray formed what we still call the Milky Way. Some say it's a powerful healing elixir, a mysterious milky all-around fixer. Maybe it's a little of all of the above, but I like to say it's liquid love. I think it's all those things and just so much more. So tonight is not about making you feel good. Tonight is not about making you feel bad. Tonight is about evidence and facts. Tonight is about helping you on your breastfeeding journey. If we have a look at some breastfeeding tips, the first thing is we need to have a great knowledge on breastfeeding and how it works. And you need that information before or while you are still pregnant. Okay, we don't want you to have no knowledge on breastfeeding, you have your baby, and then you run into issues. Okay, so one of the things I highly recommend is that you learn as much as you can about breastfeeding while you're still pregnant. Trust your body. Your body is made to breastfeed. I think in a highly sophisticated technological world that we live in, we sometimes take everything a little bit too far advanced and we just forget that our body is actually designed to be pregnant. It is designed to give birth, and it is designed to breastfeed. We need to, more often than not, have lots of determination and perseverance. You know, breastfeeding is a new skill. You probably have not done it before. Well, you definitely have not done it before if it's your first baby. And we don't always get things right the first time that we try something. Okay, in life, it's generally like that. We've got to try, we've got to retry, and eventually we get things right. And the same thing can be the case with breastfeeding, that we need to have determination. We need to know that we want to breastfeed, that we are passionate about breastfeeding, and we want to persevere with breastfeeding. We also need to be flexible in your breastfeeding approach. Okay, babies do not come out having read the manuals and the books that you have. Okay, they are a law unto themselves. They are unique. You are a unique mother. And so we need to understand that mothers and babies need different things. So because something works for one mother and baby does not mean to say it's going to work for you and your baby. And so we need to not be dogmatic about things and have a flexible approach. One of the things that you can never give and get enough of, and that is cuddles with your baby and lots of skin to skin with your baby. Okay, we do a whole webinar on skin to skin, so we'll just touch on the highlights and the importance of skin to skin, but we're not going to go into it in full depth of all the information that is available, but never underestimate the power of skin to skin for mom and baby. We also need to accept that breastfeeding is a commitment. And to keep it in perspective, babies are only little for a while and can we not give our full commitment to this baby and actually just concentrate on our babies when they are small and new and needing that breastfeeding, and breastfeeding is the most important thing you can ever do for your baby. And then it's important to know when and how to contact a lactation consultant. Okay, and if you go to the expectantmothersguide.coza, you will find a list of some of the lactation consultants there. And it really is a good idea to find a lactation consultant while you are still pregnant. Even better still, have a lactation consultation with a lactation consultant while you're all pregnant. And so that you know you've got a rapport together, and that once you've had your baby, you can contact the lactation consultant. Hi, I've got major problems. Come and help me ASAP. I need just a little bit of help and adjustment. And hopefully that will all set you in the right direction. Never think, oh, I'm going to grit my teeth because it's going to get better. I certainly learned that the hard way. I gritted my teeth and I gritted my teeth some more, and the problems got worse and worse. And so if things don't work really well, really quickly, the best option is to get in a lactation consultant ASAP, because quite often it's minor adjustments that need to be made to get you and your baby on this marvelous journey of breastfeeding. Don't wait until the wheels have fallen off, your nipples are sore, you distressed, your baby's distressed, and you can't see a way forward. Okay, that is far too late then to be trying to get on top of your problems. So if something isn't, if breastfeeding is not working out 100% correctly and pain-free, okay, in the beginning, get somebody in to help you. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is why breastfeed, how to breastfeed, how breastfeeding works, how my body works to breastfeed, how to get started, how to continue, and the fact that it's all worth it. So let's use the chat box and put in the chat box, why do you think you should breastfeed? So I'll give you a couple of secs to actually put some comments in the chat box about why you think you should breastfeed your baby. Yeah, builds a bond. Absolutely. Breast is best. Couldn't agree with you more. Healthiest option, boosts immunity. Wonderful answers going there. Yes. Health for sure. Connection builds babies' immunity. Bonding, best foods for babies' digestive system, builds immunity. Okay, certainly we've got the right idea about that first question, which is why breastfeed? Okay, now there's something that we call brain chaos, and all these thoughts fly in and out of our brains. Yes, breast is best, absolutely. And then others will say fed is best. We've heard about the advantages of breastfeeding, but then you hear about normalizing breastfeeding. You have a life too as a mom. You're told to eat a balanced diet while breastfeeding. And then others will tell you should leave out citrus, wheat, dairy. Add porridge to his diet so he can sleep for longer. You get the question, when are you starting formula? Let dad give a bottle. He also needs to bond with baby. Are you sure he's getting enough milk? He's crying because he's hungry. Your milk just isn't strong enough. You need to feed him from both breasts, but stay on one long enough to get the hind milk. Isn't he too old to be breastfeeding? You weren't breastfed and you turned out all right. And we've got all that brain chaos coming into us when we're breastfeeding. The good, the bad, the mixed up, the incredibly wrong information. So we need to wipe that slate clean. We need to calm the mind and we need to understand about breastfeeding so that our brains actually are no longer in chaos. Okay, one of our sponsors this evening is Carrywell. And so we're just going to do a few minutes on Carrywell and introduce you to the products, which a lot are to do with breastfeeding. Okay, I put on, connected the wrong presentation. I apologize. There we go. That's better. Okay, so Carrywell products for your growing needs from pregnancy and beyond. Now, the Carrywell products are divided into three different category stages. There is mom to be, that has got the yellow band, the new mom, the blue band, and back to you as the pink band. So for the moms to be ready for a great maternity journey, Carrywell believes that a comfortable maternity period creates a strong bond between mother and baby. And this is why we've created a range of comfortable and supportive maternity wear for your growing needs. So to start on the mom to be, there is the seamless maternity support band. 70% of expectant mothers complain of back pain, and you don't have to be one of them. There is a support band that provides warmth and support of the lower back by special fabric construction, which relieves pressure on the lower back and the abdomen. We've got the maternity support belt. Okay, easy to put on, fully adjustable to your exact needs throughout your pregnancy. An adjustable support belt, again, easily adjustable, counter pressure to any discomfort in your lower back, improving your posture and bringing you pain relief. The Priggy Belly Bandeau covers unbuttoned pants, skirts, and shorts, allowing you to wear your normal clothes throughout your pregnancy. The Seamless Expander Belt, waist expander, a simple solution enabling you to use your own pants and skirt during your pregnancy. The Seamless Light Maternity Support Panty, a light under tummy and lower back support to gently support your abdomen and relieve pressure on your back and abdomen. The Comfort Bra, it's super soft cotton, which is kind to your breasts and your baby's skin. The Seamless Maternity Bra, the soft, flexible material expands, offering support throughout your pregnancy, and just one bra will expand to fit you in all 3 trimesters. The Premium Maternity and Hospital Panty for pregnancy, hospital, and post-birth use. Your birth care. After birth, your body still requires support and care, and Carrywell's innovative range is suited to your every need, from comfortable nursing wear to discreet specialized products for your personal comfort and well-being. So make sure your hospital bag is packed with these essential items. The Maternity Hospital Panty designed especially to hold post-birth incontinence pads securely in place. The maternity pads for total confidence and absolute protection. The linen savers, just to give added protection. So those are all for your hospital bag. Then your new mom, nursing bras that fulfill every need. Comfort, support, style, quality, fit, and then add some function and convenience to that as well. These are all critical elements that make the difference between a good and a great maternity or nursing bra. There is the therapeutic Femi pad, okay, that can be applied, an ice pack that can be applied for vaginal irritations, inflamed hemorrhoids, unpleasant throbbing pain, and it's easy to actually use and discreet. The therapeutic breast soother, okay, that is an ice pack or a hot pack designed specially for the breast area. We have the lace feeding bra with the crossover bra design. There's no easier or more convenient way of nursing. Your seamless maternity and nursing bra with carry gel support. And this is the unique, soft and flexible carry gel that supports the natural changes in the size and shape of your breast without the discomfort of stiff underwire. Seamless adjustable maternity and nursing bra. There are no irritating seams or stiff underwires. You have a seamless drop cup maternity and nursing bra. A seamless organic maternity and nursing bra. Seamless adjustable padded maternity and nursing bra. And the light removable molded cups help shape and support your breasts. Soft touch organic cotton washable breast pads. Quickly absorbs your milk and keeps you dry and comfortable. And then the back to you, finding your pre-pregnancy self again. It's time to help your body recover from a long pregnancy. There is the organic cotton post-birth belly binder. The seamless post-birth reshape panty gives you comfortable shaping pants designed for post-birth tummy control and back support. A seamless post-birth support panty can be used after a Caesar, offers light compression, and the breathable microfiber fabric allows incisions to breathe. And of course, then the convenient baby change mats, waterproof sheets that prevents leakage. So they are available at Baby City, Babies R Us, Toys R Us, Dis-Chem, Clicks, Clicks Baby, ShopRite Little Me, selected Woolworths, Take a Lot, and you can see the range on carrywell.co.za. Okay, so back to the main thing on breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is one of the most important things you can ever do for your baby. Yes, we spoke about the advantages, why we should breastfeed, the mu factor, okay? Your baby, every single organ system is going to actually be healthier, more protected by breastfeeding. We've spoken about those benefits, okay? Did you know that breast milk is a newborn's first vaccine, serving as the breast protection against illness and disease? Colostrum, the mind-blowing superfood for your baby. Okay, colostrum, aka liquid gold. And breast milk is also absolutely amazing. But colostrum is known as the original liquid gold. And I make milk. What is your superpower? Okay, so great reasons, and these are just a few of them, to breastfeed your baby. Breastfed babies are definitely healthier. We've said tonight, it's not about making you feel good or bad or guilty or not. It's about actually presenting the facts to you. And the fact is that breastfed babies are healthier. The risk of SIDS or cot death is lowered by 36% by breastfeeding. Your respiratory tract infections are lowered by 72% by breastfeeding. Type 1 diabetes is lowered by 30% by breastfeeding. And obesity in adolescence and adulthood is lowered by 15 to 30% by breastfeeding. So it really has lifelong consequences whether we breastfeed our babies or not. Now, one of the most important and most exciting reasons to breastfeed is actually the microbiome. Now, human milk is the ultimate superfood and personalized medicine. And the most important factor to shape the microbiome, what if you take everything into account, the most important factor that is going to give you the healthiest microbiome is actually the breast milk that your baby is receiving. Okay, so that is, you can see from the graph here, that long bar in pink, it far outweighs every other factor that we can think of that contributes to a healthy microbiome. Wondered what is in breast milk? Okay, we know it's there, it is made within your body, but actually, what is in it? And they're things from antibodies, hormones, antiviruses, anti-allergies, anti-parasites, growth factors, enzymes, minerals, vitamins, fat, DHA, ARA, carbohydrates, protein, water, food antigens, stem cells, prebiotic oligosaccharides, probiotic bacteria. And those are just naming the most important compounds that we know of that have been discovered within breast milk. Now, exclusive human milk feeding for the first 6 months of life. Once your baby gets to 6 months, you can then start introducing solids, but you should continue breastfeeding for at least 1 to 2 years or longer is the recommendation. So that is something to really know, that breastfeeding isn't just a quick thing for your baby. Okay, every drop of breast milk is going to count, is going to make a difference, but the recommendation is that we feed for at least the first 2 years of life. Human milk is uniquely suited to the human infant, both in its nutritional composition and in the non-nutritive bioactive factors that promote survival and healthy development. Now, breast milk is dynamic, so it varies diurnally. So from morning to night, the breast milk that your body makes is different. It changes. It actually changes within one feed. The milk that your baby gets at the beginning of the feed compared to the milk at the end of the feed changes. It changes across lactation, and it changes amongst mothers. Okay, different mothers have different constituents in their breast milk. One mother's breast milk to another's brother's Mother's breast milk will actually have a different flavor, will have different constituents in it, depending on the mom's diet. Breast milk is personalized nutrition. It manages the changing nutritional needs of your baby. Okay, we never compare one mother and baby to the next mother and baby. Your breast makes the right breast milk at the right time for your baby. And breast milk is personalized medicine. It delivers optimized immunity while the infant immune system develops. Babies are born with very, very immature immune systems. Okay, so they need protection from day one. And that comes in the form of the colostrum and the breast milk. Now, there are macronutrients in breast milk. There's carbohydrates, makes up 7%, protein makes up 1%, fat 3.5 to 4.5%. And as far as the carbohydrates goes, lactose is the main carbohydrate, and lactose aids absorption of your oligosaccharides, your minerals, your calcium. Your protein, there's whey protein, casein, peptides, and that provides crucial amino acids for growth and development. And your fats, 95 to 98% is your triglycerides. And fat is the most important macromolecule for infant growth and development of the nervous system. So, breast milk is composed of 86 to 88% water. Okay. And then we've seen it's got fats, carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins and minerals, and prebiotics. So I want to just spend a few minutes talking about probiotics, prebiotics, symbiotics, postbiotics. All of these things are really different, but they are all important constituents that are actually in breast milk. And all of these things together help make breast milk the amazing product that it is, that is so important for you to give to your baby. Now, probiotics, we probably have all heard of. We know when we are on antibiotics, we get probiotics to actually help our gut recover from the antibiotics. And probiotics denotes a substance which stimulates the growth of microorganisms, especially those with beneficial properties. We need healthy microorganisms, healthy bacteria, okay, particularly those that are living in our gut, because our gut is where our immune system is. And if we want a healthy immune system, we need a healthy gut. And if we want a healthy gut, we've got to have the healthy, good microorganisms in it to compound all of those things together. But we then get prebiotics. And prebiotics are a non-digestible food ingredient that promotes the growth of beneficial microorganisms in the intestines. So your prebiotics is actually the food for your healthy bacteria, which are probiotics. And the symbiotics is basically saying probiotics and prebiotics actually work together, and together they are known as symbiotics. You then get postbiotics, also known as metabiotics, biogenics, or simply metabolites. And these are soluble factors secreted by the live bacteria or released from the bacteria, providing physiological benefits to the host. And so in order to have a healthy gut, we need probiotics, prebiotics, symbiotics, and postbiotics. Now, the probiotics, your lactobacillus species, which is present in the microbiota of breast milk, is a probiotic. It's a beneficial effect on the composition of the intestinal microflora and the intestinal immune system. So as you give your baby breast milk, in the breast milk are lactobacillus, and these are really very important, good, healthy microorganisms, also known as probiotics, that is really essential for your baby's gut and immune system. Now, your prebiotics, these are human milk oligosaccharides, commonly called HMOs. And these are a group of important complex carbohydrates, and they are found in breast milk. Okay, so the breast milk contains HMOs, and the HMOs are the food for your lactobacillus, which are your good bacteria. Okay, I hope you're getting the big picture, because it really is quite fascinating in times. And we said that your prebiotics and your probiotics get your symbiotics, and your living bacteria produce metabolites or postbiotics, which are beneficial to humans. So the microbiome, what is it? Now, the human body is home to trillions of microbes. The community of microbes living in intimate association with our bodies and the genes they contain make up the human microbiome. And so we have different microorganisms in our nose, different ones in our mouth, on our skin, in our vagina, in our gut, in the breast milk. So how do we acquire these essential cells? If we think about what a vaginal-born baby is exposed to at birth, this is where a baby should acquire the good, correct, healthy microorganisms to set up this baby's healthy microbiome, to give the baby a healthy gut, a healthy immune system, and a healthy baby, and on a road to long-term health. Okay, so we know that as that baby passes down the vagina, that baby gets vaginal microbes from the mom. As that baby passes out and is born, that baby picks up some of the mom's gut microbes. Okay, that is why the vagina and the anus are really very, very close together, so that actually as this baby is born, it's passing very near to the mom's anus. What happens normally as part of a normal birth, the mom poops a bit, and actually the gut microorganisms are actually passed on to that baby. That baby should then be put skin to skin, and the amazing benefits of skin to skin, one of which is that this baby picks up the mom's skin microbes. Babies explore with their mouth. That baby is put skin to skin. He is going to explore with his mouth. He's going to lick the mom, suck on the mom, and he is going to pick up the mom's skin microbes. The baby should then actually be breastfed, and from the breast milk, baby's also going to get some more good microorganisms. And once you get home, okay, the pets, and particularly dogs, add to the health of your baby. So if you are still pregnant and you want to have the healthiest possible option for your baby, have a dog as a pet in the home and allow him access, you know what I mean, that the baby and the dog actually live in the same environment. It is just critically important for this baby's health. So enter these bifidobacteria. Now, members of the bifidobacterium family are among the first microbes to colonize that human gut. Okay, we said that the bifidobacteria come through from the mom's gut, as the one. So the bifidobacteria are probiotics, the good bacteria that live in the gut, and they're going to help break down food, absorb nutrients, fight off bad organisms that can cause disease. And this gut bifidobacteria, okay, which we have said are your probiotics, okay, very important. We want these bifidobacteria for this baby's immune system. So how does breastfeeding affect the microbiome? So as that baby gets some colostrum and gets breast milk, so the breast milk is full of these HMOs, and breastfeeding shapes the gut microbiota in that initial contact and for the time that that baby is breastfeeding, both directly from exposure of the newborn to the milk and the milk organisms that are in the milk, and via maternal milk factors that affect bacterial growth and metabolism, such as your HMOs. So breastfeeding is absolutely awesome, and it actually helps, as I said, every single organ and system in your baby's body. So we know breastfeeding is awesome. When I asked the first question, okay, you were able to give me reasons why we should want to breastfeed. But do we actually understand why that breast milk is just so amazing? And so we've said that breast milk is made up of all those macronutrients, micronutrients, and HMOs, and the rest is water. Now, what is interesting is that HMOs, if we have a look at colostrum, colostrum is the first type of breast milk that is present in your breast. That has between 20 and 25 grams per liter of HMOs. And just mature milk has 5 to 15. So do we understand just from that one factor that actually why colostrum is called liquid gold? Because it has nearly double the HMOs, the parts that are actually going to really affect that baby's gut and immune system. And really, it is why it's called liquid gold. So basically, an HMO, okay, is a carbohydrate. Now, carbohydrates are classified on the number of monosaccharides. Mono meaning one, disaccharide to oligo, many. Okay, and so your HMO is an oligosaccharide. Now, there are more than 200 different HMOs that have been identified in breast milk. There are probably thousands, but we have only so far been able to identify 200 of them. So we never want to say, oh, no, there's only 200 of them. As I say, there are probably thousands. It's just that we haven't been able to identify any more as yet. Now, HMOs are actually non-digestible, and only 1 to 2% actually reach the circulatory system and actually travel around the body. Most of them pass straight through the gut and are actually excreted. But that small amount that is actually circulated in the body goes to every organ and system, and so gives a huge immunity to every organ and system in that baby. And what these HMOs do, the HMOs are the food for the good bacteria, and the HMOs also prevent the bad bacteria from actually adhering and breaking down the gut barrier. And we need a good, strong gut barrier to prevent the bad bacteria going through, and actually a healthy gut, a healthy immune system. So we need lots of HMOs to actually feed the good bacteria and actually do away with the pathogens, the disease-causing bacteria. And so that is, in a very, very simplified description, just how important breast milk and HMOs are. And what actually happens here in the left-hand side of the pic, we can see that that is a good, strong gut barrier. All the cells are closely packed together. No bad bacteria can actually pass through. On the right-hand side of that picture, we get the leaky gut, where there aren't healthy, there's not a healthy barrier. There's a breakdown. There's spaces between the cells. The bad bacteria, the disease-causing bacteria, can actually go through and cause inflammation and disease. So, is a mom's breast milk bacteria shared with her baby? And if so, how does it get there? And there was one way to find out, and that was by comparing the bacteria in mom's breast milk to the bacteria in that baby's infant gut. So they would look at their baby's poo nappies, okay, assess what bacteria is in that poo and see if it's the same bacteria as in the mom's breast milk. Isn't it fascinating? And they found that a mom's breast milk and her infant's gut microbiome shared some of the same bacteria. So it's not just nutrients and immune components that moms transfer to their babies through breast milk. They transfer good bacteria that protect babies from illness and infection. Okay, so we know that the research shows good bacteria is shared through breast milk. And one of the people who's done a lot and is still doing a lot of research on breast milk is Dr. Megan Azard. And they've been looking at the research on these babies from birth onwards, and they've got the repository of all of these samples. And what they did is that they went and they saw that it was highly variable. The milk from different mothers contained different types and combinations of bacteria. So the next question was, why are they different from one mom to the next? And using information collected from these mothers, they actually analyzed factors that might influence the milk bacteria. And so they considered whether the mother delivered vaginally or by Caesar. Now, we've already shown you in a very quick way that actually the way that a mom gives birth is going to pass on different good bacteria to her baby. And so, yes, a baby born vaginally or by Caesar, that baby is going to pick up different bacteria from the mom or from the Caesar. The mom's weight, the age, the diet, the ethnicity, the breastfeeding practices, whether it's exclusive breastfeeding, the duration, and the method of feeding, all play a part. And they discovered that milk bacteria were different in moms who pumped their milk compared to those who fed their baby directly from the breast. So whenever possible, breastfeed your baby directly from the breast over and above breastfeeding. Obviously, pumped breast milk is better than no breast milk. Okay, but if you can feed your baby directly from the breast, that is the ultimate way to feed your baby and get as much of the good bacteria being passed from the mom to the baby. Okay. All right, so let's look at how to breastfeed. But I tell you what, it is now 7:56. We're going to have a quick 10-minute break. And so we will come back at 8:06 and we will continue with how to breastfeed. Okay, so enjoy your quick coffee break, tea break, refreshment break. Okay, people, hopefully you're nearly ready to come back after your refreshment break. Hopefully you're refreshed, you've stretched, and we can continue. We'll just wait it out for a few seconds longer. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, our two of our sponsors, Keeler Preg and Schlein Elixir. Okay, and just a couple of secs without sound about Keeler Preg. So good, do go and check them out at keelerpreg.co.za, and we really thank them for participating with us this evening. Okay, so we are looking at how to breastfeed. Okay, so if we have a look at the big picture, we want skin to skin for all mums and babies at birth and beyond, leading to a baby's healthy microbiome. So we want our babies skin to skin. We want those babies to go through the 9 instinctive stages, latch on, breastfeed. The breast milk is going to affect that baby's microbiome formation, and in turn, the babies are going to have a healthy immune system. These posters that I am flipping through, they're all available to access and download from expectantmothersguide.co.za, and go and have a look at the resources. You can download them, you can put them on your phone, you can refer back to them, but it just actually gives you some nice visual impact on breastfeeding. Okay, so when we're looking at breastfeeding, it's a mother-infant milk triad, okay? So the mother, the infant, and the breast milk are all really, really interlinked, and it is really just so important. Remember, breast milk is unique to each mom and baby. The breast milk will differ between mothers. Breast milk is individualized to your baby and your baby's needs. Breast milk changes from month to month as baby's needs change. Breast milk changes from morning to night. And with that happening, you get increased melatonin in the breast milk at night, which actually helps babies sleep at night. Breast milk changes within each feed, increasing in fat at the end of the feed to help baby regulate appetite and intake. Now, if we look at that human microbiome, which is just so fascinating, okay, we need to know that breast milk is not sterile, and babies consume 10 million bacteria daily. So we really do need a healthy microbiome to keep that baby's gut nice and healthy. Okay, so as this baby is born, we really want this baby to be skin to skin, and every baby should have the privilege of being skin to skin immediately after birth with the mom. And this is going to lead, okay, to the baby going through the non-instinctive stages of the newborn, which is really a critical developmental unfolding of this newborn. But so many people think that this baby is born, it is just a blob or a sack of potatoes, it can't do anything, and so we have to do everything for that baby. And that actually is not true. And if we just had this baby skin to skin on our chests immediately after birth, and you left that baby on baby time, it is incredible how you can watch these non-instinctive stages of the newborn. Now, it is really important that when you've just given birth to your baby, you want to actually be in a semi-reclined, supportive, comfortable, laid-back position. Okay, we do not, and the reality of giving birth is that we do not want to be lying flat on a bed on our back, okay? Because then you've got to push your baby uphill. You want to actually be in an upright position as possible. And once that baby is out, you want to be in a semi-reclined, nicely supported position and have that baby put on your chest or abdomen, skin to skin. Baby lying on top of mom, facing mom. And that is how important it is. You can have a look there at stage 2. That's a beautiful picture showing you how my baby should be placed. When the mom is in a semi-reclined supportive position, baby is then in a semi-reclined position, which provides for good oxygenation for the baby, which is really important. This baby has just been born and that it needs good oxygenation. So the first stage the baby goes through is the birth cry. The baby comes out and it cries. The next stage is stage 2, relaxation, where their baby just lies calmly and peacefully, okay, on that mom's chest and relaxes. That baby has an extremely high adrenaline level that has actually helped prevent that baby feel any pain during the vaginal birthing process. And that high adrenaline level prevents that baby doing anything for a couple of minutes, okay? And it just relaxes. It's recovering. I mean, it has come out from one incredible environment to this new world, okay, and needs to adapt to breathing instantaneously. I mean, it's quite an amazing transition when you really think about it. Then baby's going to go through stage 3, which is awakening, and he's able to move his head, he's able to move his shoulders, and wow, I've suddenly got all this space around me. And then baby's going to go into stage 4, which is activity, and he's moving his hands and he's moving his head and he's looking with his mouth, he's rooting, he's looking for something to suck on. And then baby's going to go into stage 5, rest. And that is okay. Baby's having a breather. He's saying, oh my goodness, there's so much to take in. I just need to rest for a few minutes and then I'm ready to go and explore some more. And this is often when the wheels start falling off the bus, okay, when baby starts resting and everybody starts getting tense and uptight because this baby should be latching. No, we are on baby time, and these non-instinctive stages are hardwired in your baby's brain. And you just need to be on baby time, and your baby will instinctively go through these phases. That's why they're called the instinctive stages. And when baby is resting, just enjoy the peace and the calm and the rest and the cuddle and the wonderful feeling of being skin to skin with your baby. And when your baby is ready, your baby is going to go into stage 6, which is crawling. And although this isn't conventional crawling, okay, on hands and knees, basically it's saying the baby becomes active and is able to move. So if this baby was put low down on mom's abdomen immediately after birth and left there, that baby would be able to move of its own accord by itself all the way up mom's abdomen, up mom's chest, find her breast, open his mouth, and latch on. And it is incredible if you just let this unfold and be on baby time and watch this baby that is actually so incredibly mobile. And as I say, we've been indoctrinated that these newborn babies are actually just blobs. They're not able to do anything. And this baby will move all the way up. Some move really, 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 really quickly. Okay, they stretching, they creeping, they leapfrogging all the way until they get to the mom's breasts. And then this baby goes into stage 7, which is familiarization. He's now at the breast, at the nipple area, and he's familiarizing himself with this nipple and breast. He's never seen a breast before. He's never seen a nipple before. You know, I liken it to going into a restaurant. You've ordered a plate of food. If the waiter brought the plate of food and started to spoon it into your mouth, would you like it? I know I wouldn't. Okay, you want to eat when you are ready, with tasting a bit of this, tasting a bit of that, and then eating it all together. Okay, and it's the same thing with this baby. If you try and force this baby to latch on to the breast, that baby is not ready to, okay? Its mouth is not ready, its tongue is not ready, and it actually becomes an unpleasant experience for this baby because this baby actually isn't ready to breastfeed. Okay, so if you visualize being fed by this waiter, okay, it's enough to say, okay, let this baby latch when this baby is ready. And so he wants to know what the breast and the nipple are. So he takes his little hands and he feels and pummels the breast and he pinches the nipple. He's saying, oh, I want to explore this area before I actually latch on and suckle. And that's understandable when we actually put it in sentences like that. And then once that baby has touched it and pinched it and pummeled it and massaged the breast, okay, he's going to then put his mouth to it, because how do babies actually explore? They explore with their mouth. And so now he's going to take his tongue and he's going to lick the nipple and he's going to lick the breast area. Okay, this is what a breast and a nipple are like. And familiarization can actually take quite a long time as this baby familiarizes himself with this area. And when this baby is actually ready to move on to stage 8, which is latching and suckling, okay, that baby's tongue is going to drop to the bottom of its mouth and be cupped and ready to actually get that milk out. Okay, if you do that, if you start trying to put the nipple into that baby's mouth before it's ready, its tongue is still at the roof of its mouth. So you're now trying to get the nipple in under the tongue, and it's not going to work. Baby's not going to be happy. Baby will get distressed. Mom will get distressed. And we are already saying, oh, I'm all tense and anxious about breastfeeding. Instead of saying, okay, when baby's ready, he is going to latch on. And so as baby is ready to go into stage 8. That tongue drops down, that tongue cups, and that baby is going to open his mouth and he's going to latch on. And the thing about the baby being skin to skin on top of mom's breast is that that baby can maneuver himself to actually get a good latch on the breast, because he's going to latch on and he's going to come off. I'm not quite there. I need to maneuver a little bit better. Then I need to latch on. Not quite right yet. Come off. And we're going to go back. And he's maneuvering to get into the correct latching position when he does that. So don't think that actually, oh my goodness, I now need to help my baby because he can't stay latched onto the breast. He is manipulating his position to get into a really good position so that he can open his mouth and latch on. And once baby has breastfed, he then goes into the last stage, stage 9, which is sleep. Okay, so it's really important to know about these 9 instinctive stages and let this unfold while you are in a good, laid back, comfortable position. Okay, and really don't rush it. If you have a look at how long each stage takes, it's about an hour or just over an hour when baby will actually start suckling on the breast. And so, we used to think, this baby's got to be latched on and sucking in the first 5 minutes of life. No, that's not the case. This baby needs to actually go through these stages, and in about an hour's time, he will then latch on. And this is called biological nurturing, or the laid back breastfeeding position. And it is incredible that this is how this baby's non-instinctive stages unfold, but this becomes the ideal position to get this baby latched, because this is what actually is instinctive for your baby. So when a mom and baby are skin to skin, so mom has nothing on her chest, she is bare skinned, and baby has nothing on his chest, he is bare skinned, and baby's lying on mom's chest. There shouldn't be any clothes or bed clothes between them. Yes, you can actually put a blanket or a towel over the back of your baby, but do not have anything between mom and baby, because it's that lying, that skin-to-skin contact of that baby on the mom's chest that is going to elicit all those amazing properties of skin-to-skin, where mom's chest is going to regulate the baby's skin temperature. It's going to warm that baby up if that baby's a bit cool. So don't let anybody say to you, oh, your baby needs to be wrapped up because it's going to get cold. No, mom's chest temperature immediately when she is birthing, the hormones cause her chest temperature to increase a couple of degrees, and that is ready to put that baby on her chest to warm that baby up. So babies need to be warmed up on their mom's chest. It's going to stabilize the temperature, it's going to stabilize their heart rate, it's going to stabilize their breathing, it's going to stabilize their oxygen saturation. So it is really important to have this baby skin to skin. And then the biological nurturing, or the laid back breastfeeding position. We said that mom is in a lying back in a semi-reclined position. Baby is on top of her and her breast. Baby is therefore also in a semi-reclined position, which is the best position for oxygenation. And baby is able to maneuver himself on top of the breast to actually get the best latch. Okay, so biological nurturing is a neurobehavioral approach to breastfeeding support that encourages women to breastfeed in a relaxed, laid-back position. Biological nurturing significantly reduces the risk of breast problems, including cracked and sore nipples. Okay, this is what the research says. Feed in that position, and you're not going to, it's a much lower risk of getting sore and cracked nipples. It makes for a good latch, and it's a lot easier for their baby to get a good latch, and that's facilitating the initiation of exclusive breastfeeding. Moms are in a comfortable semi-reclined position where every part of their body is supported, especially their shoulders and neck. Okay, we don't want to be tense and uptight when we're breastfeeding. We want to be laid back and relaxed. Then they lie their sleeping babies on top of their bodies so their baby's head is near or on the breast. And in biological nurturing positions, mothers do not need to hold their baby, so your arms aren't getting really tired. And that means that you have one or both hands free, so you can cuddle your baby, you can stroke your baby. And they instinctively release breastfeeding reflexes, so they do not need to learn how to do this. Keeping your baby asleep on top of your breast in those first few days after the birth provides all the opportunities for baby to latch on and feed on small quantities of colostrum while you are both discovering how to breastfeed. Okay, so there are a couple of things I really want to highlight here. And the first circle spoke about exclusive breastfeeding. And what we need to know about exclusive breastfeeding. And the World Health Organization recommends that babies are exclusively breastfed for the first 6 months. And exclusive actually literally means it's exclusive to breast milk going in that baby's mouth only. That baby only needs the breast in its mouth. It does not need water. It does not need sugar water. It does not need top-ups. It does not need formula. It does not need tea. It needs nothing but breast milk. And breast milk will see to every little bit that that baby needs. Okay, so that is the correct definition of exclusive breastfeeding. Only the breast in the baby's mouth for 6 months. Once you get to that time period, you can start introducing solids and you continue breastfeeding. Okay, so very important. Your baby only needs the breast milk. Okay, that is all your baby needs. Okay, the other one that comes up in the highest circle is that it actually says that your baby needs to feed when it wants to feed, and actually it has small feeds. And we'll come to discuss that more, but understand that babies don't feed on the clock. When that baby wants to feed and that baby is skin to skin on your chest, that baby can feed whenever they want. And that is how the best way is to actually feed that baby small quantities regularly in those first few days. Okay, so if we just have a look at one slide about how breastfeeding works. Now, you might have heard of the stages of lactogenesis, and there's lactogenesis 1, okay, and this is the first stage of milk production, and milk production begins to form and the lactose and protein content of milk increases. And this stage extends through the first few days postpartum. Okay, and so you get your lactogenesis over here, 16 to 22 weeks. And so there is breast milk in your breast during pregnancy. Okay, some people have breasts that actually flow with breast milk while they are still pregnant. That is wonderful. That is normal. Other people can't express one drop of breast milk during pregnancy, and that is fine and that is normal because there is breast milk being produced in your breasts during pregnancy. You then get lactogenesis too, and you're getting all sorts of changes in hormones during the birthing process, which is actually going to filter down and affect what is happening in the breasts. And this is when your lactogenesis 2 comes in. And this stage begins 2 to 5 days postpartum. It's marked by an increased blood flow to the mammary gland. There's significant changes in both the milk composition and the quantity of milk that can be produced over the first 10 to 14 days of the baby's life. Okay, and so you are getting this transition from colostrum to breast milk to mature milk. And your lactogenesis 3 and this stage of breast milk production begins about 14 days after birth and is the stage in which the milk composition becomes stable. So just realize over this continuum of pregnancy, birth, and the postpartum period is that you get different changes and stages occurring in your breasts as far as hormones go and as far as changes in the breast milk. So how does my body work to breastfeed? So we've put this down really into 21 steps to successful breastfeeding. So it's really important to talk to your family and your friends about breastfeeding goals while you are still pregnant. And hopefully this evening you are now so convinced how important it is to breastfeed that maybe you have actually extended your breastfeeding goals and saying, I'm passionate. I want to do this for my baby. It makes a difference. I know that it really is important to my baby's health. And so I'm wanting to breastfeed. I'm wanting to exclusively breastfeed. And if I'm not there all the time, I can express and give my baby expressed breast milk. Take a breastfeeding class so you understand exactly how breastfeeding works. Okay, we can't possibly teach you everything in tonight's 2 hours, but hopefully we'll have highlighted some really important concepts for breastfeeding. Sit with moms that are successfully breastfeeding. Speak to moms that are successfully breastfeeding. Surround yourself with people who are successfully breastfeeding because they will be the encouragement and the support that you actually need. Okay, and that was number 3. Okay, and ideally watch them breastfeeding their babies. You know, we live in such small family units these days instead of these big extended families. In previous generations, children grew up, young girls grew up seeing their moms, their sisters, their aunts breastfeeding. It was a normal event. They actually knew about it. And for many of the girls these days, okay, their first experience with breastfeeding might be their own baby. They haven't been exposed to somebody breastfeeding or watching somebody and how they actually do it. And so try and mix in breastfeeding circles. It really does make a difference. Try to birth at a mother-baby friendly facility. Okay, there are baby-friendly hospitals, there are mother-baby friendly hospitals, but they're generally few and far between. But actually make sure that the place where you are going to birth at actually really understands breastfeeding, understands how it works, and will give you all the support and encouragement on breastfeeding. And that particularly also goes for exclusive breastfeeding, because we don't want breastfeeding undermined by the staff saying, oh, your baby, needs some sugar water. Oh, your baby needs some water. Oh, your baby needs a top up. You don't want to be fighting the system all the way along. Okay. Yes, if you need to, it's not an issue, but actually we'd rather have people who know what is best for breastfeeding, giving us all the information, the help and the support, and the reassurance that actually all this baby needs is the breast. After birth, okay, place baby immediately skin to skin on mom's chest or abdomen. Let your baby go through those 9 instinctive stages. Be on baby time and leave baby skin to skin on mom's chest uninterrupted. And that means uninterrupted. That means the baby doesn't need to be weighed. It doesn't need to be bathed. It doesn't need to be dressed. Okay? If it needs something, they must do it to your baby while that baby is skin to skin on mom's chest. You don't want baby being separated from mom for any reason. Don't rush your baby to the breast. Okay, your baby's hardwired to know how to breastfeed, and he will latch when he is ready to suckle. Have baby skin to skin 24/7 as much as possible for those first 3 to 4 months. These days people know, oh yes, we must have skin to skin, but they think that's a 5-minute experience. Skin to skin is so much more than the first 5 minutes of life, that we want that baby ideally skin to skin 24/7 for the first 3 to 4 months as much as possible. Yes, practically we need to put a nappy on a baby. Okay, otherwise mom and baby will be covered permanently in pee and poo, which isn't very pleasant or efficient. So yes, a baby can have a nappy on, but the rest of that baby is in the nude. Mom is in the nude. Baby is then strapped to mom's chest, and a shirt put over, and mom has 2 hands that are free now, and her baby is in the place where that newborn babies are designed to be. Okay, developing fetuses need to be in the uterus. That is where all their needs are met. Once they are born, newborn babies need to be in the place where all their needs are met, and that is on mom's chest, skin to skin. We need to learn about babies' feeding cues, which we'll go through shortly, and we need to feed with babies' cues rather than a schedule. I don't know about you, I certainly don't look at the time and say, oh my word, it's 10 to 1 and it's 1 o'clock is feeding time. You must cry for 10 minutes because feeding time's only at 1 o'clock. Okay, that's not how we actually function, and that's not how babies function. And if you learn how to read your baby's feeding cues and you feed your baby when your baby's ready to feed, breastfeeding is also going to be a whole lot more successful than looking at the clock and saying when this baby should actually feed. Let your baby lead the feeding. They know when they're hungry and they know when they are full. There is no best position. Each mom and baby will find the most comfortable position. Okay, there are 1,000,001 breastfeeding positions. Okay, we've spoken about the laid back breastfeeding positions or the biological nurturing, and that is the good place to start for all the reasons that we've already discussed. And as your baby gets, and you both get used to breastfeeding, you may want to change to a slightly different position, and others want to continue in that laid back breastfeeding position. When latching baby, okay, the principle is tummy to mummy, baby's tummy to mommy's tummy. Okay, we don't lie baby on its side and get them to move their head. Okay, we want that baby tummy to mummy, whether the baby is in an upright position or whether the mom is lying down. Okay, the principle applies. Baby's tummy to mommy's tummy. And that is one of the most important principles that need to be adhered to. Nipples should be at the nose. We'll come to look at that shortly. Hold baby behind the head and don't touch the back of your baby's head while they're feeding. Okay? If you touch your baby's head, their reflex is to move back. We don't want the baby to move his head back when he's breastfeeding and on the breast. So you don't want to stimulate that reflex. So you just want to have your hand no higher than that baby's neck. Bring baby to the breast and not the breast to the baby. Okay? All right, so always bring your baby up to the breast. Okay, again, doesn't matter which position we are talking about, which position you are in. It's the principle that actually matters, that you need to bring your baby to the height of the breast and never lean down and take your boob to the baby. It puts drag on your nipple will get sore. Okay, so tummy to mummy. Okay, and the next one is baby must face, yes, it's the one we're still on, that baby must face mom. Okay, tummy to mummy in whatever position, whether she's lying with the baby's on top of her, whether she's cradling that baby. The principle is baby's tummy and mom's tummy must be together. Mum should sit back, deep breaths, and relax into the feed. We said we didn't want tense shoulders and any tension. We wanted to be supported, relaxed, so we can relax our shoulders. Don't limit nursing time. Don't watch the clock and say, okay, you're only allowed to suck on the breast for 5 minutes. When you sit down as a group to eat a meal, some people eat quickly, some people eat slowly. You don't all finish at the same time. We are all different. And so the same thing applies to your baby. One baby will take it all in 2 minutes, literally, and others will take 15 minutes to get the same quantity in. Only give breast milk, that exclusivity, nothing else is needed. Another principle for breastfeeding should not be painful. If breastfeeding hurts, ask for help. There's a problem. Okay? It can be, how should we say, a sore sensation on the first suck when that baby is just latched. But once that baby is suckling nicely, there should be no pain attached at all. If there is pain, that baby isn't correctly latched, there is a problem, take your baby off, release it, and try again. Okay? And if it's not being successful, ask for help, get a lactation consultant, find them on expectantmothersguide.coza. Okay, so we need to know what the cues are for breastfeeding. When is this baby hungry? And when we understand how our baby is behaving, we know that when they should be fed. Okay, so the early cues, when your baby is saying, hello, I'm hungry, it's time to feed me. Okay, they're stirring from their sleep, they're licking their lips, their mouth is opening, they're turning their head, they're seeking, they're rooting, they're looking for the breast. And that is the ideal time to actually latch your baby, start breastfeeding, because the baby's saying, I'm ready to feed. If you miss those early cues, they're going to be mid cues. And what baby is saying now is, I'm really hungry, feed me now. Okay, he's going to be stretching his hands to his mouth. He's increasing his movement. He's starting to get agitated. Didn't you see? I'm hungry. And if you miss the mid cues, all hell breaks loose. And these are the late cues. And there's lots of movement, the crying, the baby turns red. But now we need to calm baby down. And only once baby is calm will we be able to feed him. Okay, so we need to calm that baby down, cuddle that baby, do skin to skin, singing, talking, stroking. And when that baby's calm, you can feed me. So it is really important to actually understand where your baby is on the feeding cues. Okay, so that as your baby gets hungry and says, hello, I'm hungry, you don't delay it and get that baby angry, distressed, screaming, okay, and now restless, and now we've got to sort that baby out, calm them down, but they're still starving. And we actually put you and your baby and breastfeeding under extreme stress, and it's not necessary. Rather, meet that baby's needs. Baby knows when they're hungry, meet them and feed that baby when that baby's saying, I'm ready now. Okay, so how to get started. Now, first of all, we don't need to be anxious about the shape or the size of your breasts. They can all produce breast milk, okay? No matter which way they're looking, facing, big, small, elongated, round, okay? It really doesn't matter. Breastfeeding takes all kinds. Another important principle about breastfeeding is that you need to trust your breasts. Now, if I say to you, when you wake up in the morning, do you ever think, oh, goodness, is my bladder going to fill up enough for me to wee today? Do you? No. You can feel your bladder filling up. You go to the loo and you wee and you empty your bladder. And after you've, had something to drink and eat and everything, your bladder says, hey, I'm full again. I need to be emptied. It doesn't cross our mind from 1 minute to the next, is our bladder going to fill up? So if we are able to trust our bladders to fill up and do what they are supposed to do, why can you not trust your breasts to fill up and they know what they need to do? Because somehow, okay, people have undermined our vision of breastfeeding. Maybe I won't have enough milk. So people are really doubting the breast when they're still pregnant because people have not known enough information about breastfeeding. They haven't been able to breastfeed successfully because they don't know the principles and how to get on with it, and so have been unsuccessful. And it was, oh, I just haven't got enough milk. Now, 98, 99% of moms are going to be able to breastfeed successfully, that their breasts are going to fill up with milk. They will have milk. Okay? And if you are the 1 or 2%, okay, a lot of those people can be helped anyway by lactation consultants, etc., maybe medication. These are extreme cases to actually produce some breast milk. And so we need to learn to trust our breasts. Our breasts are designed to breastfeed. And if you understand all the principles and how breasts work, okay, we can learn to trust our breasts. Always remember, skin to skin. Okay, if we are having a bad day with breastfeeding, climb back into bed, put your baby skin to skin, stay there for the day if everything is battling, and actually you'll be amazed at what happens when you put your baby skin to skin with you. Okay. We've said there are 101 different positions, and we can see from the pictures at the bottom, there are 101 different positions for breastfeeding. Okay? It doesn't matter what angle you actually breastfeed your baby at, as long as you use the principles of the position. So you can use any position. The principle is your baby must be at the heart of the breast. Okay? Bring your baby up to the breast. Don't lean down to the baby. Baby must face mom, must face the breast. So if you've got your baby in a cradle hold position, don't lie your baby on a pillow on his back and let him turn his head. You try and see if you can drink when your head's at that angle. It just doesn't work. So we want to actually have this baby's tummy face mummy's tummy, okay, and at the heart of the breast. As far as the latch goes, how that baby actually latches on to the breast area, there really are, again, some principles that need to be followed, and then it doesn't matter what position the baby is in. So if we have a look at this baby that is latched onto this breast, okay, we want that baby to have as much of the areola, that dark area around the nipple area. We want as much of the areola into that baby's mouth as possible. Now, obviously, every mother's breast nipple areola is different from the next. Okay, so we need, and babies' mouths are different sizes too. So we need to have a look at it and be reasonable. But we want that baby to have a good mouthful of the breast in the mouth. We are breastfeeding. We are not nipple feeding. So we don't just want the nipple in that baby's mouth. Okay, that's not going to achieve anything. Okay, that baby needs to have a mouthful of breast. We want the baby's lips to be flanged out. So we don't want these babies' lips to be curled in and sucked in. Okay, when it's sucking on the breast. We want those lips to be flanged out, okay, and so that the lips don't actually get in the way of the correct suckling. And then we want the chin to be in contact with the breast. Okay, so you can see it's almost like the chin comes forward and is in contact with the breast. Okay, and those are what are the important issues around the latch. So if you are trying to latch your baby, okay, remember the laid back position, the skin to skin, the non-instinctive stages, okay, baby will do this all by themselves. If you are now deciding you want to hold your baby in a different position, this is the way to get this baby correctly latched. So you are going to position baby with the nipple to the nose. Now that baby's not going to suck on the, it's not going to suck the breast milk in the nose, but that is how you want that baby positioned, because when you position it in that position, the chin is in contact with the breast. And that is the important step one. That chin must be in contact with the breast. Okay. So the nose to the nipple, the chin to the breast. Okay. And as baby opens his mouth, okay, and you're also going to, in order to point the nipple to the nose, you can pull back a little bit, just like that, so that the nipple is directed at that baby's nose. The chin is to the chest. And as baby opens his mouth, it's like rolling the nipple in. The baby comes up and over, okay? And that is why you're placing the nipple higher, so that baby comes up and over and gets the nipple into the correct position. You want to try and get a lot of the breast below the nipple into the mouth, and then the nipple slips in last, and then baby has a good deep latch, and the nipple actually gets sucked right to the back of the baby's mouth. Okay, it's incredible how elastic that nipple is, and that baby then can actually breastfeed successfully. Okay, so latching baby to the breast. Have tummy to mummy. Baby should be facing mum, his head, his body, his legs, all turned to the mum. Okay, so he's not lying on his back and turning his head. So his head is facing mom, his body's facing mom, his legs are facing mom. The nipple should be at the nose. The chin is touching the breast. You hold baby behind the neck and you don't touch the head. Otherwise, you get the baby pushing back and coming off a nice latch. Bring baby to the breast, not the breast to the baby. Make sure baby's lips are flanged out and not tucked in. When baby is latched, mom, sit back. Deep breaths, relax into the feed, and enjoy the closeness of your baby. Well done. Okay, so again, remember you can go to the expectantmothersguide.coza website and you can download all these posters onto your phone for easy access. So it's tummy to mummy, nose to nipple, no hands above the ears, open wide, like you're biting an apple. Okay, mom relaxes. Another principle to understand how breastfeeding works is that the more baby sucks, the more milk is produced. Okay, so you let your baby suck frequently, the more the baby sucks, the more milk that is produced. Okay, so if you're feeling, oh goodness, I do feel as though I haven't got enough milk, the most important thing to do is to keep putting your baby to the breast, okay, so that your baby can stimulate the milk production, and within kind of 24 hours, that milk production should be back to what that baby needs. Okay, checklist for nursing babies. The number of successful breastfeeds in 24 hours. On day 1, you should feed at least 8 times a day. So every 1 to 3 hours, you need to actually be feeding. The wet nappies, okay, at least 1 wet on day 1, 2 on day 2, 3 on day 3, etc. The poo nappies, day 1, at least 1 to 2 black or dark or green stools, meconium. Okay, by day 3, it's at least 2 to 3 brown, green, or yellow stools, and thereafter, once they're yellow, breastfeeding loose stools, at least 3 to 4. Other signs on day 1 that baby is actively latching and feeding, that your baby swallows at the breast, so he's sucking, but he's then swallowing. Baby regains birth weight by 10 to 14 days, and baby has settled times after feeds. And this is just a nice checklist to make sure that we know that baby is feeding well, getting milk in, nothing out. But how much milk is enough? And again, what we need to know is the size of a newborn stomach. Day 1, it's the size of a cherry, 5 mils, a teaspoonful. Okay, that is why baby needs to be feeding frequently. Okay, because he can only take 1 teaspoon and his tummy is full. By day 3, it's the size of a walnut, about 25 mils. At a week, about the size of an apricot, 50 odd mils. 1 month, it's the size of a large egg, 100 to 150 mils. Okay, so we understand why baby needs to feed frequently. It is all worth it. Okay, if we have a look at all of these things, it really goes to show just how important that baby's immunity is, its immune system, its microbiome. Be on the path to a healthy baby. Okay, the key is breast milk for this baby. Remember, what comes in has to come out. Okay, if nothing's going in, nothing's going out. If breast milk is going in, that baby will be weeing and pooing very nicely. Okay, I'm just going to flip through this quickly. That's okay. Then, Judy Kirkwood, she has done 7 steps to the shark latch. And if you go to TikTok, you can actually view this hero song, hear her explanation. Again, she's just liking the baby to a toothless shark who needs to come out of the water and latch on. So do go to TikTok and look for Judy Kirkwood and the shark latch. And I will play the song to you so that you can actually get an idea.
Sit back, relax, and let's start the shark latch. A pillow for each arm will help you feel calm. Skin on skin, chest on chest. Remember to massage and tickle the breast. Baby lying tummy to mummy, skin on skin, chest on chest. Also will help you give the best. Make a C with your hand, listen up and understand. With the white C around the base of baby's neck and the other C around the breast. All 3 C's are now in check. Nose to nipple, to line both up. Swoop baby down and get ready to cup. Bring baby up and over to the breast. Keep baby close and snuggle to the chest. Shark latch, let's do the shark latch. Shark latch, let's do the shark latch. Bring penguin arm round, tuck baby in. This helps baby latch. Win, win, win.
Shark latch, let's do the shark latch. Shark latch, let's do the shark latch. You've got this.
Okay. So do check out Best Start Baby and whoops, you can get some more ideas on how to successfully breastfeed. I'm going to see if there are any questions that we can actually answer. Let me just check what. Okay, if you go to the chat, you will see that Tammy has put in the link to the feedback form. If you can do that while I answer the questions, that'll be great. That'll also give you access to win one of the prizes that we will do shortly. And you will also get your certificate of attendance. Okay, so the link is in the chat box. If you've got any questions, just give us a shout. And I will look at the see what questions there are, and I will start answering them in a minute or two. I'll just give you a couple of minutes to do the form.